There we go. Hello, Chameleon Academy. Yes, you are correct that it is yet again chore night. Oh, hey, there's Yvette. Hello. Okay, you got to see the hello to the Instagram people.
Hi.
Hello.
On dinner.
And if anybody is joining watching this on replay, this is Chameleon Chore Night. It's a completely informal show where I just hang out. People hang out. We all do chores. I do chameleon chores. I'm doing feeder dishes for green banana roaches. Ooh. And so just letting you know, if you have any questions, throw it into the comments. If you just want to hang out, this is the perfect place to hang out. And if you want to do chores, hey, I'd love to have some company actually getting some work done here. So let's go ahead. Let's see. Mason's Turtles, hey! And Alicia's here. Alicia, you know you're going to have to give an update as to how your egg is doing. And hello, Susan and Kanoa. So, hi, Alex. All right, so what I'm going to have to do is start making these. Let's see if I can get this. I'm going to angle this correctly so you guys can actually see me. Hey, Ben from New Hampshire. Mikey's actually got chores to do. Oh, well, Alex says Brevicorn is doing good so far. Excellent. Chore night. Smushing gnats on the screen. Too tired to make fly cultures. Well, then, welcome to the gnat mashing night in Canada. Hey, Marcia and Renee. Alicia says the egg is still egging. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. I have 10 what do you call them? Dishes to do. Now, I am starting a new project. I am going to raise black crickets. And don't know what black crickets are? Well, they're like your regular crickets, except they're big and they're juicy. And let me tell you, they are loud and they can put a bite on. So you gotta be careful with these guys. Jeez. All right. So, but anyway, I am going to be raising them, and of course, I'm going to be doing it publicly. So you all be coming along with me. Need a carnivorous plant? Mikey says yes. Everybody needs a carnivorous plant. I was really big into carnivorous plants. There was a couple of years there where I couldn't have chameleons because I was in a dorm in college. I had carnivorous plants. And as soon as I got out of that dorm, back to chameleons. Now, let's see. Nate's saying we have black crickets outside here. Scary. Yeah. Well, yeah, Nate can just go out and grab some. All right. Let's go ahead and chop up some of the stuff we need for a total of 10 containers. And like I said, this is a completely informal. If you want a formal, organized show, then you go to the Saturday show or the Tuesday show. Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, Saturday on 12 noon. Although, and you're going to hear it first here, you'll get details. If you want details on this, you sign up for the newsletter. Go to chameleonacademy.com and sign up for the newsletter. But next Saturday, for those of you, and I'm going to be careful here because I'm actually using a knife, we are going to be taking a tour. Anybody here know who Peter Netchas is? He's been involved in chameleons for a while. He's written a number of books, and he is currently in Vietnam with he's starting a huge chameleon farm. Well, Kanoa says it got the, yeah. By the way, everybody, I flip-flap back and forth. This is, if you like structure, boy, this is not the one for it. But anyway, next Saturday, I'm going to get to the chat as soon as I'm done with this thought. Next Saturday at 10 p.m. Pacific, so this is going to be a late one, we are going to take a live tour of his chameleon breeding facility, which has these huge 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot enclosures and has a whole lot of Madagascar species. And so put that on the calendar next Saturday at 10 p.m. Pacific. So yeah, you're going to have to stay up late for this one. Let's see. Kanoa says, I've got the pronunciation of that Bradypodium danoranum has this common name, which I've never wanted to pronounce. It's pronounced Naisna. The K is silent, so Naisna. All right. I'm still going to call it Bradypodium danoranum. So, Rumpelstiltskin, can't wait for Dragonstrand hybrid enclosure. I can't wait to get it out to you. That's true. Yeah, I've got I assume you got the May schedule. Actually, no, I shouldn't be talking about, it shouldn't be talking about that. But yes, I'm glad to hear. Yeah, and I say I don't talk about Dragonstrand business here because it starts to get to a point where if I start doing customer service for Dragonstrand, then people start coming here for that, and that's not what this is for. Other people go away, but anyway, glad you're excited for it. I'm excited to get it to you. Let's see. Let's see. Is there anything reptile related to do near LA? Ranchos Palos Verdes, traveling there next Saturday. Nate, I believe, there's, if you go out into the desert, then you can do a lot of herping. There was rumor of some Jackson's chameleons being around in that area, but I have never had that officiated or substantiated. That's the word. Wait a minute. James 3 has an announcement. I got my solar meter 6.5, and the 250 is absolutely worth the peace of mind. Absolutely. You know what? This is James 3. I forget. Who's James 2? Does anybody remember who James 2 is? I know James Cross is James 1. But James... I was thinking about that because I think about these things. It's like, wait a minute. I'm not sure who James 2 is. I know that there was one because we're very good at counting. But anyway, congratulations, James, for getting a solar meter 6.5. Everybody, I absolutely understand how much $250 is in the budget. And I wish there was a cheaper way, but there isn't a cheaper way to reliably measure our UVB levels. So it's one of those things you just got to bite the bullet and get it because there's no substitute that I know of. Anybody knows a substitute, and not the cheap things that like the paper things and change. I mean, a real scientific instrument. Unfortunately, that's what we need. So I don't think we're going to be finding one on Temu anytime soon. Hey, Buenabetes is here and reminding people like and subscribe. Thank you, Buenabetes. Yeah. I think Bill will invite the community. I don't see why you wouldn't be. Okay, that is. Oh, here we go. If I'm invited to the baby shower, I can go out and make one, but I can't guarantee color. I get a little crazy. All right, so I'm coming in the middle of a conversation, and see, that's what happens when we get into the comments. People start. This is great. When you have a community, I just provide the structure. My community is alive and a dynamic and does what they want. It's kind of like a garden. I can plot out the garden, maybe throw some seeds out there, but then the garden does what it wants to. So James 2 is a flyby person I hadn't seen but once. Oh, okay. So Nate remembers. All right. Well, we know that just means that the odd James are the ones that stick around. Be careful of that dull knife. Yes, I do need to be careful when I'm sitting here trying to do a show. Whew. And with nice knives. Let's see. Botanical Beast is saying jealous. Anyone want to buy me one? It will go to a good cause. Yeah, those are solar meters. Yeah, I know what you mean. Know what you mean. And Roman the Upland says, just literally got done watching a slew of your videos right before I got on here. Thanks for all the great info all the time. You're very welcome. I'm glad you're watching them and enjoying them. There is a chance, a very good chance that I will be starting my YouTube videos, my Friday morning YouTube videos again next week. There's a good chance because everybody, I finished the book manuscript this afternoon. For everybody wondering, I am releasing a book, and so the regular attenders, you've heard about this. Just stick with me. This is exciting. Okay, this is my author's draft copy, but I had to make a bunch of changes. And one of the changes was to make sure that one of the chapter headings had a picture of Squishy, because people are not only asking for my signature autograph on these, they want Squishy's autograph on these. So I had to make sure that there was a big chapter marking with Squishy that I could sign in his honor. So there were some changes, but I got all the changes done this afternoon. I figured out which publisher we're going with. And so tomorrow I'll be able to have an official book signing day where we can all get together and sign books. So anyway, where was I going with that? Anyway, yes, I'm going to be able to get back to my normal content creation schedule, newsletter, video next week, because I'm done with the book. So I'm so happy. Woo. Yeah, let's see. Mike says, I have the VivTech meter, same as a solar meter. I think it's the same manufacturer. Yeah, solar meter has allowed a number of businesses to brand their solar meter. There's a lot out there. ZoomEd, I think Lagarde, I think that's the name, VivTech. So yeah, you just have to say, okay, is this the 6.5? Dylan says, on a Sunday. Dylan, I am sorry that I am, how far behind am I? Well, I'm only 2 minutes behind. So Dylan's asking, what's on a Sunday? If you're talking about the live session, that is 10 p.m. on a Saturday. If you are on the East Coast, that's 3 hours later. That's what, 1 a.m. Sunday morning. So yeah, so it will be. It's a late one. He's in Vietnam, so we've got to do this when the chameleons are out. So it's, I don't know, we you know what? We're chameleon people. We go where the chameleons are, when the chameleons are. So Dylan, if that wasn't what you were asking about on a Sunday, and if that on a Sunday was meant for me, just clarify. And in the comment, and I will catch up to it probably in about 2 or 3 minutes because I am a little bit behind. Hey, James says in other news, Reggie, my blue bar red-bodied panther, oh, those are so beautiful, had his first shed since I've owned him, and it went so well. Podcast has been so helpful, Bill. I am glad to hear that, and congratulations on a good shed. I tell you, we as keepers, we just love when we see those sheds go right. Oh, Intermission has a question. This is a bona fide question, everybody. Question about UVB. Excellent. Is it better to have a peak spot for basking under UVB light around 3.0? That's a UV index 3.0. Or having a wider area for them at about the same around 3.0 on average? I would say it's better to have a wider range. That's what they're more used to. When chameleons are out in the wild, the thing is, their UV index is the same whether they're up in a tree or they're on a ground. It's because the sun is so far away. And we bring that into the cage, and the effective range of our UVB lights is so limited compared to what they're used to. So the more UVB range you can give them, the better. That's, although I recommend to people to get the 6%, Arcadia 6% or the 5.0, my favorite is actually the 12% and the 10.0. And the thing is, and I don't put them on top of the cage. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know there's some Facebook people pages that say that. Do not do that. I will say it's not a matter of opinion. Don't do that, because I've measured UV index of 50 coming off of those bulbs right after off the bulb. Don't put it right on the top of the cage. But if you raise it up 6 inches, then you have a lot more area where it's UV index 3 than you would if it was a 5.0 or even a CFL. So I would say intermission, go for the wider area that has about 3.0. See, the 3.0, that's a general range. It doesn't have to if it's 3.2, 2.8, somewhere around, that's fine. That's fine. Just because our solometers measure to the 10th of a UV index, whatever that really is, it's not that important. It's just a general range is fine. So, cool. And look forward to Bill. There's too much of a gap between Tuesday and Saturday. I know we need more chameleon stuff every day. I used to, Kanoa, can you believe it? It was about this time last year, I did a daily vlog where I did a YouTube video every morning. 5 a.m. we got up and we hung out and watched the daily vlog. Oh, I absolutely loved doing that. Unfortunately, nothing else in my life got done. So after I did 52 episodes, I said, okay, I've proven that I can do this. And I can tell you, if YouTube blew up, if somehow it hit the algorithm to where YouTube said, all right, this is the greatest thing, and I actually started getting traction, and I could see AdSense coming in to support that, I would literally love to do a daily vlog. That didn't happen, and so I am back to doing a multi-outreach. But let me tell you, I love doing it daily. It was exhausting for me, my family, and the community. Even my Illuminati we're getting a little tired of getting up at 5 a.m. every morning, except James Cross. He was always there because he gets up and he's on his way to work. But anyway, we have a lot of fun here at the Chameleon Academy. We have a lot of different things we do. No matter when you come, we're trying different things, and so it's an adventure. But I would go back to having a weekly vlog. I think that would be the better, the more sane solution for all of us. Oh yeah. Okay, James, we need to know the name of your panther. Oh, we already have it. Oh, yes, Reggie. That's right. Okay. All right. Oh, now Kanoa's getting in on it. Don't forget the mud. No, we are not, because that is coming next. I know I'm later than I expected, but that's coming next. But the reason why it's going to be taking a little bit longer is because I am going to pair it with a tutorial on how to create an outdoor Parsons cage. I'm getting together with James Cross, and the kind that he has, the roller ones. I'm going to make that part of this whole Parsons thing. So it'll be worth it. I know I'm taking a little bit longer than I expected, but it'll be worth it. James says, oops, my alarm didn't go off. Steve, where's Steve Hefner? Aren't you supposed to be reminding James to get on? Oh man, Steve's not here. Oh no. What side of enclosure do newborn chameleons need? Let's go to the book. All right, so this is the cage size overview. Nursery cages, these are good if you have a whole lot of them and you need to be efficient with space. The problem with nursery cages, the smaller the cage size you get, the fewer microclimates that you can provide, and the more of an expert you need to be, because if you've only got 2 microclimates, you got to make sure that they are the right ones. Next one up is grow out cages. And so these nursery cages, they'll be good for about 3 months until you have to sell a panther chameleon. And so these are good for professional breeders who know that they were going to be selling these relatively quickly. But for casual breeders are starting, the grow out cage is about 30 inches tall, even 36. These are great because you can create more microclimates in there. They can, you have about 3 months. Once they're ready to sell, they can still live in here for maybe 3 months. It depends on how fast they grow. And so you have the time to find a home for them. That's good for casual breeders or beginning, because you're going to find, hey, I've got great chameleons, buy this. Once you get into that market, it's all of a sudden people are saying, well, why should we buy from you? We've got all these other breeders. And so when you're starting off, give yourself time to actually make that sale. And then you could, if you just have one, you could have the adult size cage and raise them in the adult size cage from day one. So those are, that's what the sizes they need. That's what sizes. And so I talk about those 3 sizes in this book. And, I'm not going to say buy the book or else I won't tell you. No, I'll tell you, but it goes on and on and on and on as to which one to choose. It depends on how many you have and what your motivation is, what your purpose is for having baby chameleons. And so it's like everything, there's a lot to answering to those questions. Fogfather has entered the chat. Please show the proper respect for the Fogfather who has joined us. By the way, Fogfather is going to be down in my area this next week, and I'm going to be taking him on a coffee crawl. I'm sure you have all heard about this event. You will be seeing this event. Hey, Fleck's here. Hello, Fleck. Oh, hey, Uns Arium is here. Nick, hello. He has been, if you have seen his, Nick has had some hatchings of Furcifer peteri. This is an exciting time. Anytime we have Furcifer peteri, well, anytime we have chameleons hatching, we're excited. But Furcifer peteri, this is a new and upcoming species, and it's really cool that we're having those hatch. And Nick just had some hatch. So congratulations, Nick. Dean's reporting in for chore duty. Well, Dean, I'm doing a whole lot more talking than I am working, but I'm making plates of food for green banana roaches. Well, green banana roaches, dubias, Madagascar hissing roaches, and black crickets. I'm actually going to be working on some black crickets. Dragon hoppers. Thanks for my last delivery, buddy. Okay. Little back. Let's see. Escaping the Katie's chipping. Okay, that's right, because Dean Dragon Hoppers has some katydids. Oh, katydids are the dream, absolute dream food. Oh, chameleons go crazy for katydids. Kanoa says, I love those vlogs. Oh, I love them too. Kanoa, I miss them. Oh. Oh. Kanoa says, this is the greatest thing. YouTube just doesn't know it yet. Yeah, that's true. I will tell you, these live sessions, they just are not a growth vehicle. Absolutely not. In fact, I generally lose a subscriber. Either there's no growth or else I lose a subscriber for every live session I do. But it creates such a strong community. And that's what matters to me. I'm building a community. So the subscribers up and down 1 or 2. I mean, well, I got 28,000 or something like that. I mean, that's not a big deal. So, but yeah, it is the greatest thing. This is so cool. This literally has built a community that never existed before and is a strong community. You notice all the people supporting each other. This is such an incredible thing. So, yeah, that's why I put all of this effort into supporting this community, and it's like this a nomad community. This group of people who come together for these live sessions doesn't exist anywhere else. Well, okay, a lot of them exist. We go to the virtual campus, and a lot of us are there throughout the week. But outside of those hallowed halls, this group of people just doesn't exist, and we just all of a sudden spring up in the middle of nowhere when there's these live sessions. It's kind of fun. Hey, Franco from Mexico, welcome. Very good to have you here. Let's see. I'd love an occasional vlog style video there, my favorite style. You know, I figured out I can't do another style. So it's, I've already, I have already resigned myself to my videos are not going to be seen by the algorithm. Algorithm's not going to know what to do with them, but I'm going to do them that way because that's the way I love doing it. I'll figure out an SEO type thing later. That's what I do. Yeah. The dailies were great. Too bad the world is dropping into the shorts rabbit hole. Yeah, they've been doing that for a while. Nick is foreshadowing a solution to the expensive UVB issue. I like it. Quite fascinating how the video on YouTube. Two Turtle Tom is being cryptic and only posting half a thought and leaving us to wonder what nefarious thoughts does he have that he's not sharing with us. How are you and your cams? Well, Franco, I am working hard on making dishes for feeder dishes for feeder insects. And my cams, well, they're enjoying the feeder insects, I'll tell you that. All right, I'm going to catch up in the chat here. Can we see chapter 3 again? Oh, okay, everybody. If you're on Instagram, it's easy. I suggest you go to YouTube. You're going to be able to see pictures. Instagram doesn't allow me to put pictures. I know you're supposed to be able to, but if I do it, it shuts down the app. Come on, Instagram. But anyway, if you're on YouTube, let's go ahead. You want to see the squishy reveal? So the whole thing behind this is I had so many people ask for they wanted Squishy to sign these books, because when I bring these books in, I brought some in so I could sign them because people wanted them signed. Okay, so I'll bring them in, but now people want Squishy to sign it. Squishy is this little baby panther chameleon that came out on one live show, and him coming out has made him the mascot of the show. So he's famous. But let's see. Okay, so what I did is I made sure I had to change out some pictures. This is chapter 3 of the book, and that is Squishy. And so if anybody here I'm going to have to somehow have a checkbox or something. Anybody here wants Squishy to sign your copy of the book, chapter 3 is where his signature is going to be. I'll have to go to chapter 3, sign for Squishy. And yes, I am coming up with a Squishy signature, a special limited edition Squishy signature. So, oh boy, you see, this is what I mean when I say the Chameleon Academy is always fun. We're going to be doing, I'm going to be doing a signature of Squishy. Don saying, hello, friends. I'm gearing up for outdoor keeping season here. How do I get a Tiny Dragons book? Don, I am going to be placing the order for the books tomorrow. And so by next Saturday, if you're on the newsletter, I'll announce it then. But as soon as I place that order and the publisher gives me the date as to when they will be available, I'm going to put the pre-orders on the Chameleon Academy site, so you can go to Chameleon Academy and order it. And if you order it and if you want it signed, it'll probably take 2 or 3 weeks for the books to get here. Then we're going to have a book signing, a big celebration party, and I think James and Sean are the ones that I have volunteered to help me so they can do the show while I do the signing. And we're just going to have a party. And after that party, I'll send them all out. So that's the situation. Do, 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 do. All right, Bill, are you saying we're chameleon nomad? Yes, you are. You are literally chameleon. When I'm describing it to people, I say, okay, you know those desert flowers that just are nothing until the rains come and then all of a sudden they sprout out? That's what this live community is like. It's exactly like it. Oh. Hey, we got Misty Mountain fans. That's Yvette. That's my wife. And actually, I'm making these for her. So, sorry, Bill. I thought I deleted that. Weird that Instagram mirrors your video, but YouTube does not. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. All right. See, James is saying the scientific approach to raising chameleons is what drew me in. The wealth of experience really helped build confidence in my husbandry. Excellent. Glad to hear that. That's awesome. Is Clancy still with you, Bill? How's he doing? He is still with me, and he's hanging out, and he's doing great. Clancy, for those who don't know, Clancy is a veiled chameleon that he's 5 years old now? Yeah, I think he's 5 years old now. And I used him to help me when I was originally talking about how to raise baby chameleons. That was I brought everybody along and showed how I was raising up Clancy, and so everybody got to see Clancy as a little tyke. And yeah, he's now an adult, hanging out. Oh, wait a minute. And let's see, let's bring this guy. If you all remember Clancy, oh yeah, he's in here. I did something special with Clancy. We got to go to the hatchling stage. There we go. You even get a little growth chart for Clancy. So if you're interested in how fast he grew a whole lot. This is from hatching to 4 months old. So that's how fast veiled chameleons grow. But isn't it interesting? We all know all the names of these babies, and so this book really is this means a lot to it's kind of our community. We've all grown with this. So those of you who have been around for a while, you'll see a lot of growth and stages. Like if you've gone through my videos, you saw the Jackson's Chameleon, where I had Jackson's Chameleons from Kenya. You'll see a special section in here about raising surprise Jackson's Chameleon babies. So you'll notice there's a lot of culture in this book. And so I love this book. It's kind of interesting because this book is so specific in just one little section of the chameleon life that a lot of us aren't involved with. It's about like right before the chameleons hatch to about 3 months afterwards, that little space. And so if I came into this saying, hey, I'm going to write a book, I would write a book about the main chameleon, 3 months until old age and all that kind of stuff. And that's actually what I'm writing next. But this book started off as an e-pamphlet. It was just going to be a little electronic booklet about 14 pages long about how to take care of hatchlings, like when you're hatching an egg. And it just kept growing and growing and growing. And then I presented it to my community and they said, no, we want it printed. And I said, oh, that is so cool. I'm going to print this. And so it grew into what we've got right now. It's amazing. It's an amazing progression. It's that, and it's something, it's a community. I mean, okay, I know I did it, but you've all been involved all the way through. Yeah. Let's see. Just heard back. Yeah, that's Yvette. She's back there. She's loud. Robert's channel. Can you bring a baby Jacksons out, Roberts? I don't have any baby Jacksons right now. I only have baby panther chameleons, although I can't bring one out because I'm in the kitchen. I'm supposed to be making food feeder dishes, but I'm talking to you all. Oh, let's see, missed the Bill Strand cookie bake-off. Think we need a chameleon chore night feeder prep off. Miss James and his fun. Oh gosh. Yes, well, what Mikey is talking about, well, last year we had instead of chore nights, we actually had bake-offs where two of us, me and somebody else on the line, would bake cookies. So when we think back, we have done so much on this live channel. We have just had a lot of fun. No wonder the algorithm doesn't know what to do with us. We just do whatever we feel like. Oh, all right. Kanoa, what the heck? Now we got chameleon dad jokes. What did the defending territory veiled chameleon say to the intruder? What are you doing here? All right, everybody. Does everybody get that? That's actually pretty clever. But boy, Kanoa, that is definitely a niche audience that you are targeting there. Oh, Alex saying, do you still keep carpets? I know you had that female a while back. Yes, that was, what did I call her? Daisy. Yeah. And okay, so there's a story behind Daisy. So Daisy is a female carpet chameleon that I was gonna get and put into one of my very large cages and have carpet chameleon and Fantasticus and a dart frog. Daisy developed an infection, and so I was never able to get her out of quarantine. And we couldn't figure out what this infection was. It was on her mouth, and then it went away. But then she had parasites. She just had so many problems. She eventually passed after about a year. So she stayed with me for a little while. But boy, yeah, that I could just never. Every time I was trying to get her out, I was fixing one thing, something else happened with her. Guys, wild caught chameleons, really tough, really tough. Don't get into wild caught chameleons unless you have to, and you only have to if you're trying to bring in wild bloodlines. And if you're trying to bring in wild bloodlines, well, then you know what you're in for. And it's a little bit. It can be a lot of work and kind of heartbreaking. James says, I love all the digital resources, but I'm a sucker for physical media. I'd buy everybody. Oh, James, me too. The thing with that, like that ebook, I can't look at it. I just don't enjoy ebooks. I'll make it and I'll make this digital stuff, but I love books too. And so when my community said, we'd rather have a book, believe me, you did not have to tell me twice. I said, okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for telling me what I would love to hear. And so it was worth it. Let's see. Julia says, my 3-month-old veiled chameleon hasn't eaten in a couple of days. Is that healthy? No, that's not normal. There are ways. There are things that there is a condition where maybe they're full, but a 3-month-old veiled generally doesn't get full. Veiled chameleons are black holes for food, and they grow at incredible rates. I mean, I just showed a picture of Clancy hatched on day 1. By 4 months, he's got his adult colors. So they grow well. So what you want to do is figure out why he's not eating. And that's tough, because at that point we start going down the list of all aspects of chameleon husbandry. It can be he's not warm enough. It could be he's too warm. It could be that the cage isn't big enough. It doesn't have enough plants. He doesn't feel secure. Chameleons are essentially nature's candy. And so a lot of times they would rather not go out into the open. Even if they're hungry, they would rather be hungry than eaten. So there's that. Veiled chameleons usually don't have that problem, though. So I am concerned that you've got a veiled chameleon that won't eat, that's 3 months old. So they're definitely, you're right to be concerned. And now it's just figuring out what it is. There is an off chance that they are full. So that is a possibility. But, that's usually not an issue with veiled chameleons. Not fun sometimes. We lost a few very soon this year. Yeah, probably talking about that's the context of wild-caught chameleons, I suspect. Oh, Wild Horse is jumping on to say, hey, I'm starving and eating Mexican. Got the baby veils today. 5 of them. Oh my goodness, you are off to you're going to have a fun time. All right, you need to send pictures so I can show them to everybody. On Saturday at 12 noon, we're going to have a cage review. So if you want me to review your cage, send it to the email address bill@chameleonacademy.com. For YouTube people, it's scrolling on the bottom. And either send a cage you would like me to review, send cages that you'd just like to show off, or send babies. We are always in the mood for baby chameleons or new chameleons. Let us know when there's new chameleon in our Chameleon Academy community. We want to share the excitement with you. So, Of course, 2-year-old Tom, loving ebooks for the ability to easily make the text larger. Got a good point there. Yeah. So, she got them real itty bitty. All right. Send photos this evening. Talking about muggles again. Let's see. She's moving around like normal, talking about the veiled chameleon that isn't eating. Very energetic, maybe not enough light. Okay, if she's moving around like normal, very energetic, that sounds normal. So yeah, hard to tell. But keep watching. Just keep watching. Really, with chameleons, when something is wrong, something is off, like this in itself, not eating for a couple of days, is not a red flag. All it is a warning that, okay, maybe I should look for other clues as to what may be going on. We chameleon people have to do that so much. That's what we do. So there's 2 shows on Saturday. Yes, there are 2 shows on Saturday. Everybody, 2 shows on Saturday. 12 noon Pacific and 10 p.m. Pacific. 10 p.m. Pacific, we are going live with Peter Netjas, who is in Vietnam at his chameleon breeding facility, and he's going to give us a live tour. So it'll be worth staying up, and I think I'll be having coffee during our live show. RDB says, Bill, I rescued a chameleon a few days ago, and its eyes are unfortunately closed. Not a good sign. It won't open them. I was told that direct UVB light will fix it. Well, it depends on why they've closed the eyes. And the problem with eyes being closed is that can be an indication of so many different things. All it means is there's something internally wrong with the chameleon, but it doesn't tell you what. Could it be a too high of a parasite load? Could it be a shutdown of the kidneys? Could it be gastrointestinal distress, the start of a respiratory infection? It could be anything. So I think what they're talking about when it comes to direct UVB light, I think they're talking about MBD, metabolic bone disease, which is actually a disorder. And that is the inability to absorb calcium. And the UVB light creates vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 allows the chameleon's body to absorb calcium. And so usually it's not eyes closed. Eyes closed is not, is only in MBD only happens close to death. So you should be seeing the legs splaying out, not being able to hold weight, not being able to shoot the tongue right, long before you have eyes closed, if it's an MBD problem. So I would start looking at other aspects like heat, enough light, enough food, enough water, that kind of stuff. Maybe even do a parasite check, depending what kind of chameleon actually, parasite check. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Russell has showed up. Oh, good morning, Vietnam. No, okay. No, Russell has showed up. All right. Well, we've got everything warmed up for you, Russell. Are you dehydrated? Very good. A very good question. Brittany, just joining in now. Been working on baby cages all day. Excellent. That is a great way to spend your day. So, clarification. Chameleon babies, not baby babies. Okay, yeah, well. Oh, well, we just assumed. 10 p.m. Pacific time is past my bedtime. Well, that's okay. There will be a replay. Oh, yeah, we won't be seeing James there. Well, actually, maybe we will. He may make an exception. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So, you know what? I actually better let's see. I need to be actually making some of these some of these bowls I'm supposed to be making. And of course, green banana roaches like bananas. Who would have thunk? Oh boy. All right. So people, what is your week ahead look like? I know what James is up to. So let me know what you guys are up to. Well, I'm going to be there and just take a nap before the show. Yeah. So, all right. So we now got a bunch of people planning on not being there. Oh, well, fine. I'm going to have fun anyways. We've got a lot of people. Kanoa's going to be there. All I need is Kanoa and this chair. Anybody? Gen Zers? Gen Xers? You got me on that one? Yes. All right. Yvette is excited because she sees that I'm back to actually making the feeder dishes instead of talking. Yeah, Alex said, I'll be up at 1 a.m. to watch. Yep, that's Eastern. All right, James is asking, is it a sign of comfort or trust if your chameleon takes poops while perching on your arm? Reg has lifted a leg and airdropped some business a few times when hanging out with me now. I don't know. I don't think so. When like chameleons, they poop, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'll just have to say I do not know. I wouldn't say it's trust. I have heard of chameleons that for a dominance play, they'll actually poop on other cage mates, cohabitation situation. And I do know that some animals want to poop so they can be ready to run. So it's possible that some of these things may come into play. When chameleons trust you, it's more of, I know we say the word trust, but it's more of they don't fear you. They don't think that you're going to cause them harm. There's no real bonding behind that. And to everybody who knows that their chameleon loves them, I'm talking about all the other chameleons in the world. All the other chameleons in the world don't have the parts of the brain that allow you to bond. What all of this love stuff that we have and this bonding and this together, that's actually there's a part of our brain that allows us to do that. And we need that because we are pretty horrible at survival as individuals. I mean, you look at human beings, we're not meant for survival. We need a whole lot of human beings so we can survive. So that is why nature gave us the ability to bond with each other. And so that's why we put up with each other. All of the movies all about love, that's just love is actually a biological evolution so we can put up with each other. and I know many of you have families that you know what I mean. So, okay. Let's see. March Ann's putting in a new starter in her Miata this weekend. All right, this week. All right. Okay, Renee's got an appointment there. So didn't get that reference. It wished to Kanoa. Did you ever see Steve Martin in The Jerk? It was a movie. That's where. So anybody see Steve Martin? Oh, this trust part was a bad attempt at a joke. Oh, okay. Of course, you know, I've got to take everything seriously and go into it. And oh, let's see. Fix It Mike is building out a 48 by 28 by 58 dubia roaches enclosure. Oh, you are into production. Siliconing PVC board all on the inside and working on ventilation. Hope you're doing that in ventilation. We need your brain intact. So, oh, Hunter's here. Hello, Hunter. Good. Roman the Upland says, don't know if I missed it. What's the title of the book and when's it going to be available? Oh, well, Roman. Title of the book is Tiny Dragons, the Art of Chameleon Hatchling Care. And it will go on pre-sale next week as soon as I have the order in with the publisher, which I'm going to do tomorrow. And then it will probably take me 2 to 3 weeks before I have books to ship out. So I'll do pre-sales, and that's for all the people who want to buy it and have me sign it at the book signing, which will be in 2 to 3 weeks, you know, when I actually get the books. And then I'll ship them out. So that's the situation. So this is a pretty meaty book. There's a lot. You see, once I got going, I realized, see, the target reader of this book is someone who's been like surprised by babies. This is the first time they've had a baby chameleon. And although we say, hey, why would a beginner have a baby chameleon? Well, you know what? Anybody who's had a Jackson's chameleon, a female, and just the female, we know how many of them have been surprised by chameleon babies. And of course, people have been purchasing eggs. And there's people who want to just have their first clutch of chameleons. And so to serve that wide range of people coming, I've had to start. I start with incubation. I start with basics of caging. I talk about UVB and light and hydration. You got to go over everything. And so it's not meant for your standard chameleons, because I talk about all the little nuances that you have to go over when you have baby chameleons. So, you know, if you know adult chameleon husbandry, it's like that, except there's little tweaks. And the thing is, those little tweaks it's tribal knowledge. We generally don't write that down because people usually aren't working with that. And so there was just this big hole of information that, I mean, the breeders know it because they've learned it. They become experts at it. But how do you get there? It takes a while to get there. And this will help you get started, and you don't have to go through as many mistakes. So, but I acknowledge that the target readership of this is actually a niche of the chameleon community. So just understand that's where this book is coming from. And so it's a very specialized book, but it's a fun book. Oh my goodness. It's been so much fun. I mean, you got all the pictures and such. So yes, I had a blast putting it together. So, yes, the jerk. Yes. Oh, how often do juvenile male panthers typically shed? A lot. If they're there's no set schedule. It's how often do they? How fast are they growing? And that is a function of heat and feeding. And so let's see. Is there a fruit fly section in the book? Well, there is. we talk about fruit flies. We talk about the fruit fly life cycle. And then we talk about how to make fruit fly cultures. And we talk all about how to feed them in the cages. And then, of course, we got to do a couple of others. There's bean beetles. And then let's see, how do you, so hard to move. And then making a bean beetle culture and crickets. And so the basic stuff you feed babies. So hashtag meaty book. That's right. That's right. Would you do a book on parasites ever? The answer is probably. The next book that number one, I've already done a handbook on parasites that goes along with the parasite course. So anybody who has purchased the course, you get a nice thick ebook. You can print it out, but it is an ebook file about parasites, all about finding parasites and such. It's a textbook that goes along with the class. So I've already got the major portions of the book written. Now, would I have thought about making it a standalone book, but when I separate it from the class, there's going to be a lot of work that goes into it. So it probably won't be for the next, I have 2 more books planned, and it may be the 4th book. The 4th book, I am, it all depends. If I become I would love to be able to write books. And they're a lot of work. My goodness. I would love to write books. So if this is successful, and by successful, it means, I bring in enough sales that my wife says, oh, okay, it's worth your time doing this, then yeah, I'm going to keep going, because there's a number of books that I would love to write. And so if you all like how I'm writing it, my style and the information, let everybody know. I'd love to make more books for you. I am going to make one more book that is going to cover from 3 months old to old age. And it's kind of like the major, the main chameleon keeping experience. And hopefully that'll be out before the end of the year. But that is going to require amazing discipline, which I am committing myself to do. So I'm putting myself on a whirlwind 6-month schedule. So if this book does well, is there going to be a generalized care book, a species-specific anthology? And yes, James, I've actually started on that. And so whether this book does well or not, there will be a generalized care book, and that's coming right after this, that will have an expanded species section in it. In this book, I just talk about the most popular 3 that you're probably going to run into: panther, veiled, Jacksons. If you run into a chameleon baby, 99% it's one of those 3. So that's all that's in there. And I did that on purpose, because if I went beyond those 3, I would just keep going. So that is appropriate for the next book. And so, yes, it will exist. It will come out, whether this is successful or not. But whether the 3rd book comes out, yeah, I will need to justify to my wife why I'm now considering myself an author. Oh, Russell says, can't wait to get my coffee. Oh, yeah, I am so excited. I am so excited about it. I have trouble reading books. Too hard to focus. I'm glad there is pictures. English is hard too. I got to tell you, Nate, I've been working on the next book that I'm working on, the generalized one. I've been working on that book for, I've been wanting to do that for 10 years. And I always stop because I hate reading my own book. It's just this wall of text, great information, but I can't bring myself to go and read it again. This book with a lot of pictures, I'm now enjoying working with it. So this is definitely a style that I will continue with. It's the only way I can continue. I cannot do the wall of text books. My brain, we're chameleon people, we're visual. I'll be purchasing the physical ones, just always have them. Yes, I agree. So that is why I keep Renee around. She can read it while I look at the pictures. Yes. Bill, while you'll focus on the books for 2025, will 2026 bring us to the next season of the Parasite class? Mikey, I would like perhaps you privately message what you interpret as the next session of the Parasite class. I have plans, but I have not shared those with anybody. And so you shouldn't know what I am thinking. Let me know what you're thinking. We may have some fun here. Let me know what you're thinking. Send me an email. I want to hear. I want to hear your vision as to where it would go. And yeah, because I have my ideas. And so, yeah. And everybody, we're talking about this parasite course. This is hunting microscopic chameleon parasites. It's part of the virtual campus. And if you want to sign up, you sign up on chameleonacademy.com. But it is a digital course on how to find your own, check for your own parasites. It tells you it tells you theory about parasites, how to get what microscope to get, how to use the microscope, how to check for parasites, what parasites look like so you can identify them, what pollen looks like so you know that's not a parasite, medicines that we use, and then talks about husbandry, how you can use husbandry to break the parasite life cycle, and then how to work with your vet. So it's a pretty comprehensive course. It's specifically targeted to the parasites that most commonly infect chameleons. So it doesn't cover, like, I plan on expanding it to cover cryptosporidium and pentastomes. Those aren't usual chameleon parasites, but so we have some expansion, but it covers coccidia, entamoeba, nematodes, and so you'll be able to take care of the most common chameleon and dangerous chameleon parasites. So I'm buying it to read as bedtime stories for ebb and flow. This is perfect. This is perfect. Yes. And all right, it is after our time to say goodbye. I have had a great time here, and I have not finished my feeder cups. We've been talking all this time. Although it looks, doesn't it look nice and colorful? So I've cut up some stuff, and bug burger. Yep. Oh, tell you, like, some of my roaches don't like bug burger, but my black crickets do. So let's see. Oh boy, that went down a rabbit hole, and now the hookah smoking caterpillar is giving me the call. Are you talking about me telling you send me an email? Oh, when you start talking about future plans, that's my favorite topic. My favorite topic. I have 2025 and 2026 pretty much all filled up. I know what I want to do. The only thing I don't have planned is what exactly I'm going to do in the second half of 2026. Maybe I'll just rest. I don't know. But whew. Just mix it in with their powdered food, Bill. Yeah, okay. Ice cream time. All right. Good job. Yay. Ice cream is great. So looking forward to building a chameleon book collection. Oh yeah, and this is gonna be a cool collection. I'm gonna make it that so because I want to. James says I stopped making it and kept it in powder form. All right, I could do that. So far, I only have mountain dragons. Oh, people, you need mountain dragons. Anybody? Question. Okay, Mountain Dragons is a book by Jan Stapala, all about his trip into Kenya. That was self-published, and we are down to the last 100 copies. If you want an awesome book, go to dragonstrand.com, order Mountain Dragons. And when I say down to 100 copies, I mean in the world. There are less than 100 copies left in the world. I mean, new copies. I don't know used stuff, but so if you want that book, now's the time to do it. I don't know if there's going to be another printing of it. I'll talk to Jan, and I are talking about whether he's going to do it, but it's like when you do that, it's a serious investment. And so he's just a guy. He's just, and he's a PhD guy who's working. So this is just something he did. So I gotta say, photography is beautiful. The information is so valuable. So get that book while you can. And I would, yeah, people aren't going to be sending that to the used bookstore anytime soon. We have been too scintillating for Bill to focus on his truth. This is correct. This is correct. Marsha Ann says, I have the Parasite book. Yes, she does. She does. So that book is 300 Canadian dollars on Amazon. Oh, Mountain Dragons is on Amazon for $300. Yeah, that's not Jan selling it. That's somebody reselling it. So, yeah. When were the African species supposed to be coming in again? Probably June. Yeah, I don't have the exact date, but probably June. So what Alex is talking about is we're getting together, and if you know what Furcifer bifidus is, it's a really cool species. There's a small group of people who want to work with Furcifer bifidus, and if you want a pair, they're $500 per pair plus shipping. And if you want to get in on it and be part of a grassroots effort for a rare but cool species, and when I say rare, I mean it's rarely seen. It's not endangered. It's just rarely seen here. Then let me know. Email me at bill@chameleonacademy.com. All of this stuff that I've been talking about, the live tour of the chameleon farm, and the book availability, and all this stuff, sign up for the newsletter. The newsletter will start to come out again starting next week because I'm done with the book, and all the information will be there. That's the quickest way. Go to chameleonacademy.com to sign up. So, all right, everybody, it is time for me to finish this before my wife says, hey, where's my roach food? And I better have an answer. So it was wonderful spending Sunday with you, and get ready for next weekend. Next weekend is going to be a big event. So, and if people have just joined and wondering what's he talking about, next weekend we have our normal live session at 12 p.m. noon Pacific on Saturday, but at 10 p.m. Pacific we are taking a live tour of Peter Netchos's chameleon breeding facility, huge breeding facility in Vietnam. And that's why it's at 10 p.m. Pacific, because that's noontime there, and that's when we need to go. That's after the morning fogs have dissipated and the chameleons are out. So we don't have a choice. We got to go with where the chameleons are. So, hey, hi, Jamie. Good to see you. I remember that name. So, all right, everybody. Very go and be excellent to each other. That's all I got to say. And the next time I'm going to be live is Tuesday. I'm going to be live this Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. And so you can come back and we can continue this here. The desert flower will bloom again Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. So have a good night, everybody. Let's see if I can find all the end stream things.